and welcome in Kiran's Zakir Talk Show. This is going to be yet another conversation I'm always having amazing individuals with. Joining me online today is Pixie, who is a podcaster, entertainer, content creator, helping podcasters to think out of the box when it comes to marketing. So without further ado, I'm taking Pixie on board. So let's welcome her. Hi, Pixie. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Kiran?
I'm doing good. Oh, yeah. Welcome to Kiran Zakir Talk Show. And you are on board now.
Well, thank you. I'm excited. You wanted to talk about podcasting today?
Definitely. So I'm going to start with this. The first question would be just coming towards is like, what is podcasting? What would you say for this?
Podcasting is just an audio format letting you get to your listeners straight through their ear holes. There's no video to it. Yours would, if you wanted to, you could make your whole YouTube into a podcast and there wouldn't be any video. So that's podcasting.
Okay, that's nice. Now we'll talk about gears. And what I know that the 80 lavalier mic and USB microphones are very good for podcasting. So what would you say for gears and how should we start as a beginner?
Well, if you're a beginner, you can start with something just as simple as your phone. It doesn't even take much. A nice cheap USB mic you can buy off of Amazon. I use a condenser mic that has to be powered with another phantom power. I would just suggest something simple like a USB mic.
Okay.
Also, a good set of earphones. Either just a simple plug-in one or something fancy. When you first start, you don't need a lot of gear, so I would recommend just starting with your phone.
Oh, wow, that is nice. Okay, so what would be the softwares, that we could use for our podcasting? And I heard about Audacity. And what other softwares would you recommend?
Well, Audacity is free on the Mac. You can also use GarageBand. There's a couple of other ones, but Audacity and GarageBand are really simple and user friendly, even for somebody like me who doesn't have a lot of technical. There's a lot of YouTube videos that anybody can access that they can get in and easily start.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. Okay, so now should it be our recording in MP3 while we exporting, through any website
Yes,
or use
M-
any software?
MP3s. Yeah, MP3s is a great file format for you to save because it's universal. Most of the podcasting hosting sites, that's what they recommend is an MP3. And then if you decide that you want to pass your audio to another person, an MP3 is going to be universally recognized by Audacity.
Okay, now hosting and distributing softwares. What would you suggest? Which software are good for hosting and distributing?
I would say do your research. There are some good hosting sites, but it can get expensive. If this is podcasting on a budget, I really recommend if you're doing this as a hobby, start with Anchor. Anchor is free and anybody can use it. It's Anchor FN and they've got other options if you want to upgrade. But realistically, Anchor is a fantastic place if you're recording, you can use Anchor as software to edit for your podcast. You can upload videos now. They also distribute through Anchor. So you can get your podcast on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, all through Anchor.
Okay. Okay, now a little bit we'll discuss about the process of, uploading our recording on different platforms. What would you say? How should we do as a beginner?
So as a beginner, you want to make sure that when you're done with your recording, after you've edited it, if you decide to edit, you don't have to edit your podcast. You can let it be raw and fun as it stands. But some people like to, they'll add music, they'll add an intro and an outro, they'll add
Right.
images, they'll
Yes.
add a lot of different things like that. But when you save it, you want to save it as the file type. So usually I do project podcasts with Pixie, or I'll do PPP 01 for the first episode, and then 2 and 3 with the file type JP3, a
Mhm.
JPEG 3. Yeah.
Okay, now as a beginner, how many minutes should we record our first video? What would you say?
There is no wrong way to make a podcast. If you want to do a short micro podcast, which is 3 to 5 minutes, that's great. If you want to do 5, 10, 20 minutes, or even a long format, some
Mhm.
podcasts are even going up to 3 minutes. So it all depends on you and what you want to talk about with your audience.
Mhm. All right, that's nice. So,
Mhm.
how can we get more subscribers? What could be the
Oh,
way, the tricks?
that is that is the ultimate question, isn't it? Everybody wants to know, how do you get more subscribers? Well, the best way to get more subscribers is to go where your followers are at. If your followers are older, like my parents, they're going to be on Facebook. If
Okay.
your followers are like us, a little bit younger, we're going to be on Twitter and Instagram. If they're the younger audience, the the college students and younger people, they're going to be on TikTok. So you
Mhm.
have to figure out where your audience is. And when you know who your audience is, it's really easy to go out and find them. A lot of women, we like a lot of the Facebook groups. We like to
Mhm.
know that the community's there for us.
Right.
Uh, Twitter is a great resource.
Yes,
Twitter
these days.
Spaces, that's where I
Mhm.
met you.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
it's really good to build your following. If you're making a podcast and you don't have a following, I would wait a little bit. I would try
Mhm.
and get a couple of people, tell them that it's coming, make some commercials, kind of put some stuff out there, and start following people in the community that you think would be interested in what you're going to be producing.
Wow, that's nice. And another trick would be like, follow and follow back. You're going to follow somebody,
Yeah.
and that will be,
So the problem with followers for follow back is that you're not building a real community. You want to
right.
ask questions like, so I would ask questions like, what kind of podcast do you want to make? You ask that kind of question. When people respond, then you know what your followers want, and you can kind
Yes.
of build your your content around what the people that you're interacting with. If you can tell them who you are, show
Mhm.
them who you are.
Mhm.
If you like to bake pies and you like to share recipes, those are things that you want to tell people about you on your page. So
Mhm.
about them knowing who the real person is behind the microphone.
I truly believe it's because, that's very much important. Rather than to just get the quantity, we should get that kind of follower that really, gonna make an impact, on, following way of it's because I think that if something is not helping other followers, so that's useless rather than to just get more quantity and it's not helping out in that manner. So, to my thinking, my perspective, that's useless. Okay. Yeah.
Realistically, your best follower is going to be you. If
Hmm.
you enjoy your content that you're putting out and it makes you smile and it makes you happy and it puts a good perspective out in the world,
Hmm.
that's what you want to do. You
Definitely.
and realistically, there's going to be so much stuff out there. There's so much politics. Enjoy
Yes,
what you're doing. Put
definitely.
something out. Yeah, put something out that shows who you are.
Yes, yes, you are completely right. I completely agree with you. Okay, now what would you say about in regards to monetization and how could
Uh,
we monetize? Yes, a very important
well,
question.
there's different ways to monetize. You can make t-shirts that have your logo on it.
Mhm,
You could sell commercials, which are pretty popular. People will get ad space. So, like YouTube,
mhm.
YouTube pays you per view,
Yes.
and they do. But you have to get so high in there. You have to
Mhm,
have so many downloads and followers. Well, with podcasting, you don't need that. You just need downloads.
mhm,
You don't have to have a following to have downloads.
mhm,
And so they'll pay you per every time that the episode is released with the commercial.
mhm.
And it'll be like 1 or 2 cents per episode per person.
Okay.
In the beginning, it's not going to be a lot of money because you're
Mhm,
not getting a lot of views. Your your best bet is to create content that people enjoy and then
mhm.
get sponsorships. So sponsorships would be like if I if I wanted to sponsor this energy drink, the
Yes.
sponsor would pay me per commercial that I'm putting on
Oh,
my podcast. So
okay.
yeah, it's a bigger trade deal.
Mhm,
The other thing you can do is if you make something, you could sell it through your podcast. So if you
mhm,
had a car wash business,
mhm.
you would incentivize with coupons and stuff and bring them into your business instead of getting a sponsor. Your business would be your sponsor.
Wow, it means like, to my understanding, like, we can also start our short-term business through that, and we can, get more people around it, like, more, people who just want to buy our products, and then we can use this media of
Mhm.
podcasting
Uh-huh.
to promote our products. Does that make any sense?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you could use it to sell a book. You
Wow.
could use it to meet with family. You can use it if you have a lot of history in your family. You could tell a story and then
Mm-hmm.
take that story and write it into a book. There is no wrong way to podcast. There's no wrong way to get your message out to people. You just need to find your tribe of people that interact with you and enjoy the same things that you do.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, now, last question I would ask you, like, how we can do video recording for podcast, and is it a good idea doing video for podcasting?
Well, if you want a video, there's no wrong way. You can do audio and video. You
Mm-hmm,
can do just like you're doing here on the show, and you could take the video. If you have Anchor,
mm-hmm,
Anchor will strip your audio from your video and
mm-hmm.
put it up as just a podcast.
Okay,
I right now I'm currently recording on my laptop, which isn't
right.
the best.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on learning how to do YouTube. So I'm
Right.
brand new to YouTube.
Sure.
And simple things like having good lighting,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to have a microphone, but you can. It,
Mm-hmm.
it's really all about getting your story out and working on the you want a good story, and then you want to work on the quality. So
Mm-hmm.
in your first couple of episodes, people are going to forgive you if it sounds
Definitely.
terrible. Yeah. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to have fun. The true subscribers, they're going to subscribe. They're going to like what you're doing, and they're
Yes.
going to come back. And then
Right.
there'll be people that won't like it. And that's okay, cuz remember, your story should be unique to you.
Yes, and you know what? In later periods, we would also laugh on our, beginning kind of videos that, okay, we made this and we were just rambling around and we forgotten what to say. So it happens, as a beginner, when you start with something, you are going to try up something different and you're going to explore. And of course, definitely the time would come, then you would say, now we are perfect. We can just do it anyway, anytime, somebody would say us. And definitely even we just, got into flashback and we would see or we would watch our videos and we say, oh my goodness, this is,
Oh yeah.
us. And we made a lot of mistakes in that. And it happens. It's natural. Yes.
It is natural.
Yeah.
And we get all worried about the numbers. We get all worried about who's watching, who's paying attention. You pay attention. Take care of yourself when you're recording. Make sure that you're comfortable, that you're prepared to record. It can take a lot out of you.
Right.
Editing, it can be the worst, I'm telling you, but that's okay, and that's how you grow.
Yeah, I always, believe that in whatever thing you take interest, and you will take interest, and you just keep on doing it, whether it is going wrong or it's going right. But you are there, and you're taking interest, and it will go. It will definitely, you will get the result out of it, like in later periods. So that's all I believe. So Pixie, I'm just leaving it there now, and hope that this session will be so insightful for my viewers. And thanks a lot for joining today. It was a pleasure to have you, and bye from my side. Take good care of yourself.
Thank you, Karen, and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Same to you. We're going to see you again some other time.